Charlie Kirk, a name that's become almost impossible to ignore in the world of American politics. You've probably heard the name, whether you love him, hate him, or just see his clips popping up online. His face and voice have become fixtures on social media feeds, news cycles, and college campuses across the country. But who was Charlie Kirk, really? Beyond the headlines, the viral sound bites, and the controversies, what drove the man behind the movement? Let's take a look inside the life of one of the most influential and controversial conservative icons of our era. Kirk's story started early, and it was clear from the beginning that he was destined to make waves. At just 18, back in 2012, he co-founded Turning Point USA, a student movement aimed at pushing conservative values onto college campuses. It was a bold move for someone so young, but Kirk had a vision: to challenge what he saw as liberal dominance in higher education. And it worked. TPUSA exploded, growing to over 850 chapters nationwide. The organization became a magnet for young conservatives, offering them a sense of community and a platform to speak out. Kirk didn't just organize students, he mobilized a generation. He inspired thousands of young people to get involved in politics, to question authority, and to make their voices heard. By the 2020s, Charlie was everywhere. Podcasts, rallies, debates. He became a regular presence on cable news, and his influence stretched far beyond the college quad. He launched Turning Point Action to back conservative candidates, helping to shape the next generation of political leaders and activists. He hosted The Charlie Kirk Show for 500,000 listeners, using his platform to discuss everything from policy to pop culture and to rally his base. And on social media, he racked up a wild 5.3 million followers on X. His influence? Undeniable. His tweets and videos sparked debates, trended nationwide, and sometimes even made headlines of their own. Even President Trump credited Kirk with helping win the 2024 election, especially by energizing young voters. Kirk's ability to connect with the next generation of conservatives was unmatched. TPUSA's Chase the Vote initiative brought 125,000 new voters to the polls in Arizona alone. That's not just a statistic, that's a movement in action. That's the kind of impact that tilts an election. Kirk and his team proved that grassroots organizing could still change the course of history. But Kirk's rise was about more than numbers. It was about the energy he brought, the conversations he started, and the boundaries he pushed. He was provocative, unfiltered, and never shied away from controversy. Whether you agreed with him or not, you couldn't ignore him. Whether he was backing the Second Amendment, making inflammatory statements on immigration and gender, or fiercely supporting Israel, he always drew a crowd and a firestorm. His events were often met with both passionate supporters and vocal critics, sometimes even protests. Some called him a truth-teller, others labeled him dangerous. He was a lightning rod for debate, and he seemed to thrive on the attention. Then, in September 2025, at just 31, Kirk's life was cut short. The news stunned the nation, sending shockwaves through both his supporters and his critics. He was shot and killed while speaking at a TPUSA event in Utah, what officials called a political assassination. The attack was swift, and the aftermath was chaotic. The shockwaves rippled far beyond politics. Vigils sprang up across the country, and the conversation about political violence took on new urgency. Trump ordered flags at half-staff. Supporters mourned a leader. For many, it felt like the end of an era. Critics, well, even they had to admit, Kirk changed the game. His tactics, his reach, and his ability to shape the conversation left a mark that couldn't be erased. Charlie Kirk leaves behind a wife, 2 children, and a legacy that's sure to spark debate for years to come. His family, friends, and followers will remember him as a fighter for his beliefs. Love him or loathe him, his imprint on American politics is permanent. The conversations he started, the movements he led, and the controversies he courted will echo for generations. That's the life of Charlie Kirk, a conservative icon gone too soon, but whose story is far from over in the debates and memories he leaves behind.